All right, how's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody can hear okay. I'm not totally sure we have audio. Hopefully we do. Maybe. If you can hear me, let me know. I'll open my chat window here so you can see what's going on. But I don't know if my audio is working. I'm concerned. All right, cool. Awesome. I'm glad we can work. So I thought that the little YouTube deal would actually indicate that I have audio, but that's okay. Cool. Awesome. Well, it's going to be a quick one, maybe like 10 minutes or so. I'm going to go rock climb with a friend after this, but I wanted to take something that I actually was talking about, or I was doing today in my bar, is bottle organization. So this is something that, like, when I first stocked our bar, I just threw everything up here, no plan or reason whatsoever. Before we had a bar, I had bottles like up above cabinets. I had them over in like cardboard boxes in our house. I had them a long time ago when this actually was a closet. I had them on like a 3-level rack system you could throw stuff on. And they were on the floor. I still have some on the floor down here until I build a little bit better of a storage for kind of like my long-term bottles. But I had them everywhere. And so it kind of got me thinking, because I just threw everything up here. Even now, like when I'm looking for stuff, I can't find it anywhere half the time. But I was thinking of, in terms of a home bar, do people out there, are you guys actually organizing your bottles in any way? Or because it's a home, you kind of put it wherever you can fit it? I have a hunch it's probably the latter part, where it's just you kind of fit everything where you can put it. But maybe that's not the case. Oh, here we go. See, I just worked into another bottle. Perhaps you have more of a better system. I know a lot of bars, they have speed racks. They have a lot of bars have a very set system of bottles to speed up efficiency and just make the bar run smoother, so they don't have to like look at stuff. It's darker usually. You can't always read labels that well. So if you know a bottle is always in that place, you know what the bottle is. So, but being home bartenders, that doesn't really apply necessarily, because we're not really going for efficiency or speed, or it's not always super dark, so we can actually read stuff on the labels. So we know what we're pouring in. So I've never had a speed rack. I've never really tried to organize anything in like a specific way. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who are very like specific. Here's all the whiskeys. Here's all the rums. Here's all the gins. Here's all my Amaros. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not OCD enough for that. I think I'm kind of getting there somewhat in terms of trying to organize stuff for myself personally. And I've kind of been playing around with some stuff, and I've kind of come to this is kind of like my bottles up here that I don't really mix with much on our second level. More like whiskeys, scotches, higher end rums, that kind of stuff. Just because I have a little bit of depth, I can kind of pack them in there, and that's something I'm mixing with. Everywhere else is kind of just a total hodgepodge of randomness. But yeah, so I think it's one of those things where I was trying to figure out a system that works for you and your home bar that you use and how you mix. So I'd be curious what people's strategies are for organizing bottles, and if you are OCD and you have every like label facing the right way and you've got everything lined up, or are you more kind of like, it fits where it goes, and I just kind of make do and I kind of memorize where it is, and then over time lose track of it when it gets put somewhere else. But I mean, I think it can be definitely like a way to take your bar to the next level in terms of having some kind of system or organization to your bar. And I think it speaks a little bit to that professionalism that you see in so many great bars around the world. So I think there's definitely pluses to it. At the same time, I don't know, I'm just a home bartender, so I don't necessarily have to have that kind of perfectionism in my life. But and then so kind of I'd be curious what people do. But in terms of small bottles, I like to put it in here. These are really quick, the easy grab bitters, that kind of stuff. And the shelf is not the most reinforced also. So that's why I wanted to put like lightweight stuff on it, just to prevent it from crashing down and having everything break everywhere. But I think you can see it here. Let's find out if I can see it. You can kind of tilt the screen a little bit. So if you look at our back bar here, I actually kind of treat this as my speed rack if I'm making drinks, hosting people, that kind of stuff. I get bottles that I'm going to be using frequently. I'll just like line up along the back here, so I can kind of quickly grab them. So this actually comes my little speed rack, so to speak. I found it's worked pretty well in terms of I can get 6, 7 bottles there, which is pretty good if I especially have like a kind of predetermined menu, which is really nice. But I think it can be really helpful to kind of have an area where you can kind of put some bottles, 6 or 7 or so, and just have it. Here's our menu. Here's what we need. So you can kind of carve out that space. I think it can really help kind of your bartending at home, especially if you're doing it for more than like 2 people and you've got 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 that you're trying to make drinks for. It can really speed things up and help out a lot. But yeah, so I think it's definitely a very personal choice in terms of how you stock it and how you organize your bottles. I don't know. I guess maybe I just like the eclecticness of having bottles everywhere and finding some surprise whenever I look someplace I wasn't expecting. Like, oh, there's my cognac. There's my root liqueur that I need to drink more of, which is really hard to work with. But I made a really good drink with it one time. So yeah, just want a little quick one, just because I gotta go rock climbing soon, and I wanted to, tune in. And you may notice we've got a new tiki back here. So when our bar is a full-on tiki bar mode, we can have that guy. He's pretty cool. But yeah, so look for we'll do more videos here. We're trying to get our first kind of like bar tour video out and going. As you imagine, it's tough with kids and life and everything else, but we're trying. But we'll try to do another live stream on Friday. So all right, see you then. Thanks a lot. Bye.